Hello and welcome, beloveds, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr.MumbiSeraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you are moving into living life truly on your own terms. And thanks to every single person that is, that has subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to everyone that likes and shares the videos, guys, so that, it works for the algorithms. Because Google is an algorithm, beloveds, but those are stories for other days. Now, some would say Gaddafi was right. Gaddafi was almost prophetic when he actually said that Libya would one day regret the day that, Obama and the NATO-led, coalition took him out by force. And the reason they took him out is because he wanted to actually create like a gold standard African currency that would compete with the dollars and the euros of this world. Anyone who tries, whether their efforts are misled or not, anyone who tries to liberate our people needs to be protected and safeguarded. That's where we have failed as a people, because they always get taken out. And the way Gaddafi was taken out was in the most brutal way. And so now, surprisingly, in Libya, for the third day straight, hundreds and hundreds of young Libyans have marched in the capital of Tripoli in protest against deteriorating living conditions and corruption amid a heavy security presence. Whoa, just 10 years on. Barely 10 years on since Gaddafi, when Gaddafi was president, was he president? Oh, yeah, I think he was president. When Gaddafi was president, everything was free. Water was free, electricity was free, it worked. Libyans even got a housing allowance. If you got married, you got a bigger house. If you got children, they were taken care of. They even got a stipend from the oil. So they were good. They used to get a little money every month. But now there's never been peace ever since the NATO, and people should never forget that Obama took out Gaddafi. Obama was the worst thing that ever happened to Africa. And is he even from Kenya? Anyway, let me not get into all of that. But, Libya has endured almost a decade of violence, chaos since the 2011-backed uprising that toppled and killed, veteran dictator, as they like to call him, veteran dictator Gaddafi. The war has waged. The country is weary of war. And it is plagued by water shortages, blackouts, et cetera. Things that were never even a reality or an experience or even in the periphery of Libyans before. And this should be a lesson, beloveds. If you have a president that is looking out for your needs, despite the propaganda wars that are played by all the different players, some are not even governments, some are just corporations that are almost as powerful as governments. You need to protect your leaders, anyone who's a revolutionary. Because once those leaders and revolutionaries are gone, you're left to at the mercy of these people. And it's really sad. And, among the protesters were children, a lot of women were also on the streets. And you know what? I really feel that because they've created this global fishbowl where we can all see each other, there's a lot of inspiration that is coming from different countries. So, the Libyans will see the African Americans protest and they'll get inspired, et cetera, et cetera. Like there's so much demonstration and uprising happening at this time. That's why you're seeing the powers that be scrambling to put a lid on it, to control it, to bring this, pandemic and say, now you can't mix with people, you can't do this, you can't do that. All in a bid to stop the great awakening that cannot be stopped. It's funny that they're even trying. But just word to the wise, if you have a leader that is really looking out for your interests, protect him and protect your minds from the propaganda that they will bring against him. And so and the demonstrations basically took place even after there's a UN recognized government of national accord, and so the head of that government is Fayez al-Sarraj, and he sought to appease the protesters on day 2 by announcing that he would conduct a cabinet reshuffle. He said, new ministers will be chosen based on their competence, abilities, and integrity, exceptional measures, blah, blah, blah. We acknowledge our share of responsibility, blah, blah, blah. But also said, the crisis has been going on for years, and so the government shouldn't just be blamed for right now. But hey, if you have a good leader, hold on to them. That's all I can say. Imagine never having known blackouts and water shortages and everything, and now there are daily reality in hot Libya. Air conditioners just, snuffed out. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, beloveds. Tuko pamoja.
Wake up, Africa, your time has come. Open up your eyes and see the sun. Open up your spirit. Wake up, 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 Africa.
Hello and welcome to Africa Watch on the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. MumbiSeraki. How are you doing? How's everything going? I'm here in Ankh Wellness or Wellbeing Center. You can see the details down here in London, and we're talking all about what's going on in Africa. You can see these amazing books, amazing collection. I'm just so excited to see all this knowledge, because knowledge is power. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters. So something huge coming out of Libya. Saif al-Islam, the son of former Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, has been confirmed as a candidate for Libya's presidential election, and this is said to be huge. Now, the election is set for this year. We've been seeing a lot of tension in Libya after Haftar, who's the head of the rebel movement in the west, and he's part of the Libyan National Army as well. He's part of the East, and he's been against the Western UN EU backed government of national accord, which is led by the Prime Minister, he's selected and elected, by the EU and basically the West. And so we've been seeing that he's actually invaded, like it looks like he's heading to Tripoli, because Tripoli was in the hands of the gentleman, the one that's being supported by the UN and EU. The EU backed, and they proudly say that EU backed president. And so Haftar, he's being supported by Egypt. Let's not forget that Egypt is the chair of the African Union in this season, which is extremely significant because, where Egypt goes, literally African Union goes. So is African Union also supporting Haftar? And are we seeing a low level war between African Union, IG, example, Libyan National Army versus the EU UN backed, force, Prime Minister and his forces? This is really, really strange times. I know a lot of people aren't looking at it like that. And now Gaddafi's son has entered into the race. Let's not forget that Gaddafi prophesied. He saw it. He said it because he knew what he had done to bring all the different warring factions together. And he said when he fell, Libya would never be the same again. Let's also not forget that our Libyan brothers and sisters, it was so advanced there that you used to get money. You'd get married and you'd get a home and like a little seed funding. The oil wealth was shared amongst the people. And, although, Libyans have been crying to return back to that time after Gaddafi was taken out by the NATO-led forces. But those are stories for other days, although we must not remember, because I'm telling you, it's like we're in this endless cycle where a revolutionary arises, a leader arises, and they get taken out. We're canceling that cycle right now.